Hello students. So in today's lecture we will learn about one more bond parameter, that is called bond enthalpy. So the standard definition of bond enthalpy is like this. It is the amount of energy required to break one mole of bond of a particular type between two atoms in a gaseous state. So here the more important terms are that energy required means bond enthalpy is nothing but another form of energy or another measurement of energy. So it is basically the energy required to break one mole of bond. Here the energy is not defined for a single bond, but it is defined for a one mole bond. So one mole is as equal to the Avogadro's number. So it is the energy required to break one mole of bond. Remember, this is the most important term, the energy required to break bond. So here we are talking about breaking the bonds, and the energy needed to break those bonds is called bond enthalpy. So it is a very important property or parameter of a chemical bond. So energy required to break one mole of bond of a particular type. Remember type. There are various types of bond like ionic bond, covalent bond, and even between covalent bonds there is single bond, double bond, triple bond, etc. So it is only defined for a particular type of bond. Means we cannot compare multiple types of bond to find out the energy. When we are talking about bond enthalpy, that means we are talking about only a particular type of bond between two atoms in a gaseous state. This is also very important. The bond enthalpy is only defined in the gaseous state, because in the gaseous state the bonds are very loose. So it is a very good standard parameter to measure the bond enthalpy in the gaseous state. We can measure bond enthalpy in liquid or solid state, but it is a standard practice as most of the compounds or molecules are present in the gaseous state, and it is easier to conduct experiments or to conduct laboratory experiments of molecules who are in gaseous state. So bond enthalpy is defined as energy required to break one mole of bond of a particular type between two atoms in a gaseous state. So what do we mean by that? If we look at an example, in case of H2 gas, in H2 gas there is a single bond between two hydrogen atoms. So if we want to break this bond, then we have to give some energy. Here I have taken heat as a form of energy. So you can give some heat to the H2 gas, so the bond will be separated, means the atoms will be separated. Into two separate atoms. Okay, the molecule of hydrogen is now separated between two individual hydrogen atoms because we gave some energy. So what happened when we gave the energy? The bond between the two hydrogen atoms broke due to the energy, because the electrons present here got energy from outside and got excited from the atom. So there is no more bond here. So like this, the unit of bond enthalpy is obviously in joule, because bond enthalpy is nothing but a form of energy, or it is an energy. So the unit is in joule, or you can say kilojoule. Kilojoule is nothing but 1000 joule per mole. Okay, this is every time this is defined per mole. So the actual calculated heat required to break one mole of hydrogen atom or hydrogen molecule into hydrogen atoms is kilojoules. So if we give this much amount of energy to any hydrogen molecule, the bond between the hydrogen atom will break and the atom will be separated from the molecule. So similarly we can see an example of double bond. This is an example of single bond. So what happens in case of double bond? Let's say one more simple gas, oxygen. This is oxygen gas. Here the oxygen has double bond. Okay, so if we give heat energy or any form of energy, then the bond between these oxygen atoms will break. Means both the bonds, the double bond will break and the atoms will be separated. So we will get two oxygen atoms. So the energy required to break these two oxygen atoms is 498 kilojoule. You may have observed that every time we are writing the bond enthalpy, it is always in positive. Means we are actually giving energy to the system. So why it is not negative? Because we are actually the molecules are in a much more stable state. So we are actually destabilizing the molecule. Remember, I have told you that every system or every molecule in this universe tries to be in a stable state. If we want to destabilize a molecule or someone, we have to give some energy. So bond enthalpy is nothing but it is representing the same energy of destabilizing the molecule into various forms of atoms. So that's why every time we need to give energy. This will never happen that we are breaking bond between a molecule and we are gaining energy. This will never happen because the bond forms at the first place the bonds form only because of the stability of the molecule. So the bond enthalpy is always in positive, means we have to give energy to the system. Similarly, you can see one more example of triple bond between nitrogen atoms or nitrogen gas. This is also a very simple molecule or a very easily naturally occurring molecule that you can find. So if we give energy, it will be separated into two nitrogen atoms and the amount of energy required is 946 kilojoule. So in the single bond, the energy required was 435. In double bond, it was 498. In case of triple bond, it is 946. So obviously, the bond enthalpy can be used as a measurement of strength of the bond. Means if we are giving more energy to break one bond, then the bond must be stronger. Okay, if you want to break one stick, if you want to break one iron rod, then you have to give more energy because it is very much stronger. But if you want to break one piece of chalk, then you don't have to give that much amount of energy because it is weak. So the similar concept is also valid in case of molecules and atoms, that if we are giving more energy to break the bond, means the bond between them is stronger. So this is an example where you can find out that the triple bond is more stronger than the double bond and double bond is more stronger than the single bond. But these values of 435, 498, 946 will vary for different types of atom and different types of molecule. So this is not for every single bond, this value will change. But single bond will be weaker than the triple bond. So bond enthalpy can be used to identify or to arrange bonds in order of strength. So this is a very important application of bond enthalpy, that we can arrange the bonds in order of strength. Means we can actually calculate the strength or the stability of the molecule by using the bond enthalpy. So till now we have seen examples of only molecules that are same type of atom, but now we'll go to some more complex molecules like H2O, water. So H2O can also be present in a gaseous state, that is called steam. So the structure of H2O is like this. There are two OH bonds, okay? Two OH bonds. There are two OH bonds. So here we have to find out here we have to understand how these bonds behave when we give energy to the system, or when we disassociate these atoms of hydrogen and oxygen. So when we give energy, the first bond between the oxygen and hydrogen breaks at a lower energy than the second bond. So what I mean by that is, when we are giving energy, the first bond breaks at 502 kilojoule and the second bond breaks at 427 kilojoule. See, both these bonds have same properties because the atoms are same, hydrogen and oxygen, but both these bonds require different amount of energy to break. Means their strength are not same, although the atoms associated with them are same, but the strength is not same. So what is the reason behind this? When this first bond breaks, then the chemical surrounding of this bond, oxygen and hydrogen, also changes, which results in the loosening of the bond. Means the strength is lost because of the chemical surrounding of the oxygen and hydrogen atoms. So this is the one more classical example of that. If the atoms are same, then it is not necessary that their bond enthalpy or bond energy will also be same. Their bond enthalpy or bond energy may be different. This all depends upon the circumstances on which we are calculating the bond energy. So here, if you want to find out the bond enthalpy for the entire molecule or the entire system, then we can take an average or mathematical mean of the two bond enthalpy. Means the bond enthalpy for the system will be, this is delta H is equal to 427 plus 502 by 2. That is the average of both the bond enthalpy. So if in a molecule there are multiple bonds of same atom, for example, this can happen in case of many carbon atoms. For example, in case of C2H2, here there are two HC bond or two CH bond, so their bond enthalpy may be different. So if you want to write the bond enthalpy of CH bond in this C2H2 molecule, ethylene molecule, then you have to write the average of both the bond enthalpy. If there are more than one bond, if there are more than two, suppose 3, 4, 5, then also you have to find out the average and then write down the average bond enthalpy, or this is also called the mean bond enthalpy.